Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie embarked on their highly anticipated cross-country road trip on July 2, 2021, leaving Blue Point, New York, in their converted 2012 Ford Transit van. Their plan was to explore the beauty of America's national parks while documenting their adventures for their YouTube channel, Nomadic Static, and Gabby's Instagram account. Their journey started with stops at landmarks like Monument Rocks in Kansas by July 4th, followed by the Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve in Colorado. Gabby's social media updates during this period reflected the excitement and joy of their travels, showing sunlit vistas, serene campgrounds, and affectionate moments between the couple. By mid-July, the couple had ventured to Zion National Park, Bryce Canyon National Park, and Mystic Hot Springs in Utah. Gabby shared striking images of the sandstone cliffs and picturesque hikes, portraying the dream life of a young couple on the road. However, the outward picture of happiness was shattered on August 12, 2021, in Moab, Utah. A 911 call reported a domestic disturbance, with a witness describing a man slapping a woman before they both got into a van. The van, matching Gabby and Brian's vehicle, was pulled over by police shortly after. Body camera footage captured a distraught Gabby, crying and describing the tension between her and Brian. She admitted to hitting him first, but the officers noted visible scratches on Brian's face. Despite the incident, police determined no charges would be filed. The couple was separated for the night, with Brian staying at a hotel and Gabby keeping the van. The footage, later released publicly, hinted at cracks in their relationship, though the two seemed to reconcile as they continued their journey. By late August, the couple reached Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. Gabby shared her final Instagram post on August 25th, featuring her smiling in front of a pumpkin mural. The caption, "Happy Halloween," seemed oddly out of place for the time of year. Around this period, Gabby's communication with her family became sporadic, raising subtle concerns. As August drew to a close, the joyous road trip began to unravel. Tensions that had been simmering beneath the surface took center stage. The story of Gabby Petito's disappearance takes a darker turn in late August 2021. On August 27th, an unsettling text message was sent from Gabby's phone to her mother, Nicole Schmidt. The message read, "Can you help Stan? I just keep getting his voicemails and missed calls." Nicole immediately found this strange, as Gabby never referred to her grandfather as Stan. This message, coupled with a sudden lack of communication from Gabby, heightened her family's concerns. Later that day, YouTubers Jen and Kyle Bethune captured footage of a white van parked at the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area in Wyoming. This van matched the description of the one Gabby and Brian had been traveling in. Unbeknownst to the Bethunes, this footage would later become a crucial piece of evidence. 2 days later, on August 29th, a woman named Miranda Baker and her boyfriend encountered a man who identified himself as Brian. They had picked him up while he was hitchhiking near Coulter Bay Village, Wyoming. Brian claimed he had been camping alone for days while his fiancée stayed back at their van working on social media. However, he acted nervously and abruptly asked to be dropped off near Jackson Dam when he learned their destination was Jackson, Wyoming. Another witness later reported giving Brian a ride closer to the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area, where Gabby's remains would eventually be found. On August 30th, Gabby's family received a text from her phone that read, "No service in Yosemite." The message raised further suspicion, as Gabby was last believed to be near Grand Teton National Park, not Yosemite. Around this time, online observers began noticing irregularities in Gabby's Instagram posts. Captions and hashtags appeared altered, and the tone of the posts seemed out of character. These anomalies fueled speculation that someone else, possibly Brian, might have been managing her account. Brian returned to his parents' home in Northport, Florida on September 1st, driving the van he and Gabby had shared. Gabby, however, was nowhere to be found. When questioned by authorities, Brian refused to provide any information and quickly retained a lawyer. His silence only deepened the mystery surrounding Gabby's disappearance. The Laundrie family's behavior added to the public's growing suspicions. From September 6th to September 8th, Brian and his parents took a camping trip to Fort DeSoto Park in Florida. Surveillance footage confirmed their presence, and many questioned why they would go camping while Gabby remained missing. On September 14th, Brian's parents claimed he had gone for a hike in the Carlton Reserve and had not returned. They did not report him missing until 3 days later, leading to widespread criticism. By this time, the FBI had issued an arrest warrant for Brian on charges of unauthorized use of a debit card, alleging that he had withdrawn over $1,000 from Gabby's account between August 30th and September 1st. The search for Gabby came to a tragic conclusion on September 19th, when her remains were discovered in Bridger-Teton National Forest, near the Spread Creek dispersed camping area. The location was approximately 900 feet from where the Bethune's footage had shown the van. An autopsy confirmed that Gabby's death was caused by manual strangulation and blunt force trauma to the head and neck, ruling it a homicide. Authorities executed a search warrant at the Laundrie home on September 20th, seizing items that could aid in their investigation. The following day, the autopsy results officially identified Gabby's remains, solidifying the timeline of her disappearance and death. As the world watched, the case continued to unfold, sparking conversations about domestic violence, the power of social media in investigations, and the profound loss of a young life full of potential. Following the confirmation of Gabby Petito's death as a homicide by manual strangulation, the investigation intensified, focusing on locating her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, who had been named a person of interest. On September 23, 2021, the U.S. District Court for the District of Wyoming issued a federal arrest warrant for Laundrie, citing unauthorized use of a debit card, believed to be Gabby's, between August 30 and September 1. Despite extensive searches in the Carlton Reserve and surrounding areas, Laundrie remained elusive. On October 20, 2021, human remains were discovered in the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park in Florida, an area previously submerged due to flooding. Alongside the remains, investigators found personal items, including a backpack and a weather-damaged notebook belonging to Laundrie. The notebook revealed a written confession in which Brian admitted responsibility for Gabby Petito's death. The FBI later confirmed the notebook's authenticity, establishing it as a crucial piece of evidence in the case. Dental records confirmed the remains as those of Brian Laundrie. The initial autopsy was inconclusive, prompting further examination by a forensic anthropologist. On November 23, 2021, it was announced that Laundrie had died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head, concluding the search and investigation into his whereabouts. The discovery of Laundrie's remains brought a somber close to a case that had captivated the nation, leaving lingering questions and a profound impact on all those involved.